Here we are. How are we doing?
Yeah, man, we're doing great.
We are back from, well, I'm back from my summer holidays. I don't know if you've had much of a holiday, much of a break, but at least I have. No.
I'm just being a dad, man.
Oh, man, summer dad duties.
Yeah. But I mean, we got time to spend some hours at the beach, so it's okay. We're still in Barcelona, so I'm not complaining.
Yeah. You live in a nice part of the world, so
Yeah.
you got
true.
the beaches, you got the nice weather and all that.
Yeah.
Although I think everyone has the nice weather in air quotes at the moment, seeing as there's some crazy heat wave everywhere at the moment.
Yeah, man. It's everywhere. Like, Mother Nature is not playing with us anymore.
No, luckily up here in the north part of Europe, it's not been too bad. So we've been all right. All right, then. So we've got plenty of news from, I don't know when our last episode was. We had the Spymob one, and then before that was probably a month or so. It's probably a couple of months worth of news. So we've got plenty to go through. But this week, we're going to talk about a new track because it just kind of came out, and I just wanted to get our first impressions. And that is the genius, the legend that is Chad Hugo and his first ever single, basically, under his name.
Yeah, man. Chad is back, man.
This is great to see. Obviously, he was teasing it for a little while with some posts of, I think, some stuff in the studio and when he was like filming the video and stuff like that. But great to have this track out at last, and great to see and hear Chad doing stuff again.
Yeah, I think that's the most special part of it. Like, he's back and he's doing stuff, like he's doing music.
And that's what we want him doing.
%.
So the track is Jumpupw. It is Chad Hugo, Tierrawak. How do you pronounce the other one? Is it Lakely? I know the name of the artist, but I don't know the artist. Lakely 47, I think.
Yeah, probably.
And then, I think Cadenza is a co-producer on this, but also listed sort of as an artist. Yeah, he also appears in the video itself. So coming on off the bat, what were your first thoughts hearing this, and what are your thoughts of it now, a few weeks later?
Yeah, man, I love it, man. It's bringing me so much joy. Like, it's been a week and a half.
About a week or two,
right?
yeah.
And I was listening to it today, like, man, this is amazing. I went out for a run, like 30-minute run, and wow, such amazing track. Like, it gives me that feeling that of Diplo, 2010 Diplo, when he's starting to do crazy stuff with some artists from Africa and everything, man. And I think the choice of bringing Tierrawak, for me, like, she's amazing. I didn't know the other artists, like, how you say, like, late hit 47?
Lakely, I think.
Lakely. Yeah, Lakely 47.
I think.
I didn't know her, but I heard some songs from her today, and she's pretty dope too.
Yeah.
And I think the most part, if I have to resume this track in one word, is joy. Not just because it's a joyful track, but it's also because I'm so happy to be hearing Chad Hugo doing music again, and he came back so good. It's not
Yes.
some lazy work like, oh, I'm back. No. It's incredibly good, you know?
I do like the fact it is a proper, like, upbeat track, some nice thumping drums in there, and it's quite fast paced, and the track is only like 2 minutes long, not even 2 minutes, which is my only complaint about it. Yeah, I love the fact he's come back with something like this, because he could have come back with anything, with any artist almost. It could have been something a bit slower, a bit more introspective. It could have been, just featuring as part of another artist's work or something. But yeah, I'm very glad he's kind of come back with this track as his own sort of first one. It is a banger.
It is.
And it's been, we were saying just before we started recording, it's been great to see all of the kind of, positive comments online as well. Just not just from like fans, but from, music pages, music magazines and stuff like that. Everybody really like hyping it up and raving about it. And I think that's really great to see for us as fans, but also, for Chad, now that he's, sort of hopefully back in the groove of, making more music.
Yeah, and We were talking about this before we started to record it. Like this track is receiving a lot of mentions on Instagram and social media. Like there's a lot of people talking about it. There's a lot of like platforms posting about it. There's the comment section is always like banging. And I was like, oh, that's so good. I hope Chad is seeing this, or at least someone is telling Chad, look, this track is is getting numbers, you know? So it's so good to see, man.
I know Chad is definitely seeing the comments from people. I know I sent him a few messages the other day and yesterday as well, as I was re-listening to this to kind of, write the notes up and stuff. And he replied to a couple of messages when I said, it was just great to see him back and the track was really good. And I said to him, my one and only complaint about the track is that it's only 2 minutes long. So I said, can we have an extended mix or something? And he just sent me the emoji or the icon for the repeat thing. So the little sort of spinning circle. So he's basically like, no, you're not having that, but just put the track on repeat if you want to listen to it more. If you want it to be a 4-minute track, just listen to it twice.
Yeah, exactly. It's more numbers for him.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Yeah. And actually, I kind of like that it's only 2 minutes. It feels like the clones intro, like I think it's only 37 seconds, and it's so good. And I always wish I wish it was a little bit longer.
So it was released on the 23rd, so that is about 2 weeks ago now. As I mentioned, co-written and co-produced by Cadenza, who is a UK producer. I think from what I understand, Cadenza did the drums or the drum programming and the bass on the track, and then Chad did kind of everything else. Released, this is what I like to see, on Galaxy Records. So this is obviously Chad's own record label imprint. He's obviously got Galaxy gear that he's been kind of promoting the last sort of few years. This is obviously an offshoot of that. So it's kind of, on his own terms. I don't know if Galaxy Records comes under a larger record label. I haven't really looked into it or sort of asked anybody. I assume it has kind of, an affiliation with some other label, but almost kind of independent, which is really good to see. Good to see Chad being able to put stuff out like that. And then the video directed by Glenn Michaels and filmed in Toronto. And I know Chad has been posting some sort of behind the scenes stuff in regards to when he was up there sort of shooting the video. So check out his Instagram, and I think the other guys that also worked on it as well with him have been posting little bits and pieces from behind the scenes as well. So really interesting to see that. What do you think of the video itself?
Yeah, I also love it, man. It's so strange. Like the beat itself is totally strange. Like the beat flips and the abrupt changings, and I feel like the video gave us a little bit of that. Not just that, and also it feels like, is that what is going on with Chad's mind? Like I feel like sometimes when Chad's playing music, that is what is going on in his mind, because he's such a unique person, like unique character, that you wonder oh, that is a Chad Hugo video, you know?
Yes, it's a bit kind of quirky. It's a bit out there. It's 2 minutes of chaos, I would say.
Yeah, truly.
I think the rough concept is that they're they're a bunch of scientists doing some kind of weird and wacky experiments that seem to be going wrong and sort of, blowing up in their faces, like literally in some parts.
Yeah.
But it's good to see Chad back kind of as that, well, as I've called him previously, a sort of mad scientist.
Yeah,
He's,
truly.
he's kind of quirky himself, but, underneath that, he is just an absolute genius, basically. And I think, this track goes to show that in part, at least.
Yeah, 100%. And I think we be calling Chad the mad science for so long. I wonder if when he was doing this video, he was like, oh, I'm gonna put this outfit on, so my fans is going to be like, oh, okay, I get it, or he's just like the mad science itself. Like he doesn't need to read the comments to feel like a mad science.
I think he just leans into it. I think that's just that is his persona. You know, I saw they did like a launch party for this I think it was in Virginia
Yeah.
last week or the week before, which, you know, a number of people got to attend if you kind of applied for it and stuff. And again, he was there just being his kind of quirky self. He was playing the saxophone in the middle of a bar in front of everybody, playing the track. And it's just Chad being Chad. And great to see him doing that with like a smile on his face, despite all the crap of the last kind of, couple of years and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And we still need a jazz album. Chad, if you're listening, please.
You want a Chad produced solo jazz album, do you?
I want it, man. I remember, I think it was after the Clones album, like, I think Pharrell said in an interview, they're like, oh, in the future, we might do a Clones too, but it will be a jazz album. I just have this information in the back of my head. Maybe it was like everybody talking on the forums, or maybe it
Yeah.
was Pharrell, you know.
Well, obviously, Chad is into jazz as one of his influences. You hear it in a lot of the early N.E.R.D stuff, and Chad is obviously a saxophonist. I think that's the right word for a saxophone player, as well as many other instruments. So, there's definitely jazz vibes about him. So you never know. I think with Chad, you do literally never know what he's going to come up with next anyway. So it could literally be anything.
Yeah, hopefully. Like we accept it. Like just give us music.
We'll happily take whatever is given to us for sure.
Yeah.
So just a couple of bits about the video that I noticed and that I liked. I guess the kind of boiler suit or hazmat suit type things they're wearing give it a sort of Beastie Boys kind of vibe from Intergalactic.
Yeah.
And also, the Intergalactic video was a little bit kind of chaotic in parts as well, with the little explosions and the kind of, moving, those low camera angles and moving around all over the place. So it kind of gave me that sort of vibe. I don't know if that was kind of any kind of influence on this video, but yeah, it gives that vibe. And then one thing I did notice as well, which normally I don't like, not that I don't like, but like it can look a little bit dated nowadays, is that fisheye lens look. If it's not used properly in a video, it can just look a bit weird and like dated, because years back, that when fisheye lenses had this kind of popular spurt, I guess, loads of videos were using them for loads of different things. And we just saw, loads and loads of them, loads of shots being done with them, whether it's music videos or just people filming with those kinds of things. So it sort of looks a little bit dated nowadays, but I think it worked quite well in this video. A lot of the fisheye lens stuff was done in kind of enclosed spaces. So it gives you that kind of sense of perspective that you're really there, kind of in that little space with them. So I really liked that, and especially like in the sort of slightly more chaotic scenes as well. It makes you feel sort of really immersed almost for those very short periods.
Yeah, and I really like how they really done a video thinking about the music, because you listen to the music and see the video, like, this is perfect. Especially I think one of the words that we will use to describe the most of this video is chaos. It's chaotic, and I feel the beat is also chaotic,
Yeah.
And I like how the rappers, the artists featuring on this, they are like, I don't know, I feel like they are so, I don't know, punchy, like they are like, we're ready to fight almost, and also adds to the video.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of that is because of just the shortness of the track. So it's, a 1 minute 54 track, I think, maybe. So what have each of them got per verse? Like 50 seconds, maybe, something like that, 45 seconds, if that. I think both of the verses are 18 bars, I think. So you've got to be punchy. You've got to kind of get your words in, in that time, and especially, with the tempo of the track as well. So it works well. No, I think good artists to have on there, because they have that natural ability of what I've heard from both of them previously, bits and pieces, to have that kind of fast, punchy flow as well.
Yeah, and then that's why I think Tiara is perfect for it, because a couple of years ago, maybe more, she launched a project. Yeah, and I think was all the songs was Like it was an EP and all the song was a minute long.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good. That's when I discovered it, Tiara actually. It's pretty good.
I need to go and listen to some more stuff from both of them because, yeah, I was aware of both of them. And I think I have heard bits and pieces over the years. But, you know, if I heard one of their tracks, I probably couldn't say, well, that's that person. Or if you asked me to name one of their songs, like, you know, I couldn't. So I need to go and do a bit of digging at some point and listen to more of their stuff, definitely. But I must say, like, despite the flow being good and it working very well, sort of, I was reading through the lyrics the other day. Lyrically, it's not amazing. It's okay. It's not bad. It's not like cringe or cheesy or anything like that. It works well. Some nice wordplay in there, some nice, you know, puns and stuff like that. But it wasn't mind blowing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is not. It's more. I think it's more about the flow than the lyrics.
Yeah. But then I guess if you're going on to a 2-minute chaotic track like this, you're never gonna have, you know, crazy lyricism, are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Like you say, it's more about just getting the flow in there, getting the punchlines, you know, the keywords in there and getting it delivered basically.
Yeah, truly. And I would love to hear this song on a club, but I know I don't have the age to be in a club that will play that track anymore.
Yeah. See, I'm actually going to go. We're recording this on Thursday the 6th. Yeah. I'm going to go see somebody I kind of know on Saturday, a DJ here, because just so I'm actually going to buy some records off of him. But he is DJing at a bar in town. So I am going to message him and see if, like, he can squeeze this in somewhere.
Nice.
Because I would love to just hear it on a nice big sound system. And this isn't in like a club, it's at a bar and it's probably on the outdoors bit. So it's not going to sound quite as good, but to just still hear it on like a nice sound system and hear it up loud and hear it like properly sort of thumping, I think would be a good experience.
Yeah, exactly. To see everybody's reaction.
Yeah. Or to see my reaction at least.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And what else was I going to mention? A couple of other little bits I liked. The vocal effects on the second verse. So I think the second half of the second verse, the kind of the effects of the voice change. And I really like that. It's quite subtle. It's not like done massively. It's not in your face, but it's a nice little effect that you get on the vocals there. And then one bit to kind of listen to, which is kind of buried a little bit in the track, is at the end of the first verse. So it's like the second half of the first verse. You get Chad doing some nice 80s synths, some, you know, minor 7 chords in the little change up bit during that verse. So I recommend try and pick that out. Or if you go onto YouTube, I think you can find people that have pulled out, you know, the stems and stuff, broken it down, and you can listen to it without the drums. Yeah, you listen to that and you're like, that's a Neptune's thing. Straight away, you just hear it straight away. You can hear all of the old Neptune's N.E.R.D stuff with that straight away. So I really love that that's in there. It's not like, you know, really prominent. It is buried a little bit. But if you pay attention, yeah, in the last part of the first verse, you will hear that.
Yeah, that's how I felt. Like the moment that I heard some Neptune's elements and some reminiscent of the Neptunes, I was like, oh, this is so cool. And it's interesting because it's not nostalgic. No, you can hear the Neptune sounds a little bit, but it's not that nostalgic. Doesn't give you that nostalgic feel.
Yeah, new Neptunes.
Yeah, exactly. I think my favorite part of the beat is the drums. It's so frenetic and wild. Man, like what is going on? It's so good.
Yeah, and like I said, that was Cadenza that did
Yeah,
those
yeah.
and programmed them. And again, if I think in the second part of it as well, where I can't remember which part of the track it's in. It's in the second part, but there's like little ghost notes in there as well, which if you listen to, like, you wouldn't really normally sort of pick it up. But if you listen really carefully, there's all these little like kind of ghost notes and stuff in there. And just, yeah, like you say, the way it sort of switches up and stuff in places, just, yeah, so good. So good.
Yeah. And when I was listening to it also, like I thought about like who else, like what other artists would be good on this track? And I thought about Dochi. And I remember like actually like I think it was a year ago, maybe 2 years ago that Dochi they didn't put out the song out, but the song was on the Louis V show. Like you remember that song? I think it was Get It. I don't remember the actual name of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was kind of like I just remind me like this Dolce song because it also remind me of course, MIA because the reference is all there, and I was like, oh, can you imagine? Like I thought about like this Chad track like battling with this Pharrell track with Dolce, you know? I think it's in the same lane.
Yeah. I would love to hit like a Busta Rhymes on this track.
Yes.
Just because his ability to flow that quickly, and for him to, he sounds chaotic at times, but he's so on point with everything. It's all completely on purpose and under control. That, yeah, I'd love to hear him on something like this.
Yeah, truly, man. Yeah, nice choice.
I really do hope like we get some remixes of this, whether it's, from Chad's side or whether other artists just take it and, do stuff with it. I'd really love to like hear different interpretations of this because it is such a crazy track, such an interesting track. And I think, musically you can do a lot with it, but then also rhyming over the top of it. I think so many different artists could do so many good things with it.
Yeah, 100%.
Kendrick as well would be a good one.
Yes, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Andre 3000.
And that's can do anything. So yeah, he will probably sounds good in this.
Yeah. I'd like to hear, because like with his stuff, he kind of drops in and out of pockets, and there's no like, a lot of times there's no sort of set rhyme structure to what he does. So I'd love to hear him over something like this that's, that fast and similar to what he did on like the last N.E.R.D album.
Yeah, truly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be really interesting. But yeah, fingers crossed. Let's see if we get anything else from this.
Yeah. And I think like I know she's being a hateful woman right now, but Nicki Minaj will be also pretty good in this.
No, let's
I mean, I don't
edit that out.
I never liked like Nicki Minaj's music, but every time that she was in a feature song, like she was rapping, man.
Yeah, a couple of tracks, but her musically, her as a person, even worse.
Oh yeah, even worse. Yeah.
To be fair, if you had Nicki Minaj on this track, I wouldn't go near it. I wouldn't even listen to it.
Damn.
I care about stuff like that.
I'm sorry I mentioned it.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm over it. Don't worry.
Yeah, cut that part. Cut this part out.
No, I'll keep this part. All right. Anything else you want to mention about this one?
Yeah, I read a comment on the internet that people were saying like, can you imagine like if Chad make an album with Drake just to battle for Pharrell in the Clipse? And I'm like, I will hate that, but I will also love to be alive to see that happening.
It would be interesting for sure, but I don't think that's the route that he's likely to go down.
No, of course not. Like, and hopefully not. Like, I don't want Drake to have the lucky to work with Chad Hugo. No, not ever. But it would be like funny at least.
Funny to a certain extent, yes. Worrying to another extent. All right, should we crack on with some news and stuff from the summer?
Okay.
And then obviously, yeah, this track we may circle back round to it at some point in the future once we've properly digested it and got more information about it and stuff. But yeah, some news. So Spymob, we've been talking about them a lot recently. They were obviously with us on the last episode of the podcast. Their 4 singles from the album are now all out and released and available as like an EP on all of your streaming platforms of choice. And then the album coming soon. Obviously, if you want to get access to the rest of the album now, you can go to Bandcamp and you can purchase it for the bargain price of about $10 or $12 or something like that. I think it was not very expensive at all. Or you can get the whole back catalogue for, I think, $35 or something. So absolute bargain if you want to get all of the Spymob stuff. But yes, the 4 singles are out. They seem to have got really good reception online, which is really, really good to see. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the whole album being out so people can kind of, experience it properly end to end if they haven't yet purchased it.
Yeah, man. And shout out to Spymob, man. I hopefully they can get here together again so we can talk about music and their music and all the experience that they
Definitely.
had.
Yes, and I think as we chatted to them last time, and they said, there's more stuff to come, so they will be back for sure. We've got a new Pharrell track, well, Pharrell produced track and video, Little Baby, Dead Fresh. This kind of passed me by. I'm not a Little Baby fan.
Yeah.
I watched it
Same.
Tuesday when I was prepping notes for this. I'm glad it passed me by, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
I was quite surprised at the last LV show. He was there and he was in the camera shot quite a lot and he was sat front row as well. And I was like, that's a bit weird. Like, obviously they must have worked together recently or done something, but they were clearly actually, he was there. They were filming him for part of the music video as well at the LV show. So that's included in the video. Aside from that, it was meh.
Yeah, exactly. Like I listened to it once and so forgettable. Yeah. Kind of sad actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't even a particularly strong beat. So we'll skip over that one.
Yeah.
Speaking of the
exactly.
LV show, though, yeah, we had Paris Fashion Week. We had, in my opinion, Pharrell's best LV, show so far in terms of the actual product, but also in terms of the whole kind of set design and everything like that. A really strong show. This would have been spring, summer 2027, I want to say, yeah, because we're sort of a year ahead. Excellent show. Again, we got, a bunch of tracks made by different artists, for the show itself. And then just the set design was just incredible. Did we actually talk about this in the last episode? I can't remember.
I
don't think we did we?
Yeah, no, I think we just like gave a little comment. I think, and it was exactly about the set because we saw some photos, but I think that was it.
Yeah. So yeah, I watched it live as I normally sort of do. It was a kind of beach setting with a giant kind of wave behind them, like that you would sort of surf on almost or surf through. And then, the ground was all kind of covered in sand and everything like that. It was, a really beautiful set, really well executed, a really good collection as well. I'm looking forward to seeing some of those pieces in the stores at some point. And if you want to kind of go and watch that show, if you haven't yet seen it, then you can go to the LV YouTube channel and watch all of it there. Couple more videos with Pharrell. We had the Voices of Fire video for The One. This is one of my favorite tracks off of that album. The video.
Well, I like the video actually.
I
cool.
like it. It's it's not bad or anything, but it's not, again, it's not the greatest video I've ever seen produced.
No, of course. Yeah.
But like, it's a good video.
Yeah.
And I think this is.
I felt like when it comes to Voice of Fire, I always felt like why they are not putting more work into this. Maybe it's just me, or maybe I haven't seen like more. And when I saw the video, I thought, this is actually good. Like they put some really good work on this track. So I really like the video. It was different.
Yeah, it's one of the stronger songs, at least for me, on the album. More of the kind of upbeat ones. You can clearly see that Pharrell only had an afternoon available to turn up and do his part of the video.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, he turned up in his normal clothes. His, I think he had a pair of jellyfish on and his flared jeans. It was still during that flared jeans era that we seem to hopefully be moving away from now. And then I think it's his white human made t-shirt tucked in. It's not a good look, but he turned up in that. He wears what he wants to wear. He did his little bit and then off he went again.
I actually also like the look. I mean, since he's moving away from those pants, like I'm okay with it. Like he can do whatever.
Yeah. He can pull it off as well. Even if we don't like it or I don't like it, he can pull it off, and if he's happy, it's fine.
Yeah, it feels like we are getting like a new version of 2008 Pharrell, like with the Vans, like the Louis V, like boat shoe and everything. So we might get a little bit of that.
Yeah, but yeah, now that they do have those new Vans inspired sneakers, he is while he's wearing those, he is starting to go back to the slightly more straight leg gene, which is nice to see.
Yeah, with the head backwards. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's the same that this guy is like, he's like 54, 55. Yeah. And he just put some glasses on the backward head and he looks like 20.
Yes, very much so.
Ridiculous, man.
Yeah. And then speaking of that fit and music videos, there was also the video for Bando, which was featured at the LV show with, oh my God, who's the artist on? Is it Quavo or somebody like that?
Yeah, I think it was Quavo, yeah. Quavo.
I don't remember. Not one of my favourites. I think it's one of those ones, it's grown on me a little bit as I've listened to it sort of a few times. I probably need to listen to it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But there's also a video for that out now as well. A shot in Paris, I believe. So you can check that out. There'll be a link in the show notes to go to YouTube and watch that one. All right, what else have we got? Something I did in the summer. I went to see the Nigo exhibition From Japan with Love in London that we've talked about many a time on the podcast. It has been open since earlier in the year, since the spring, and it's open until, I want to say maybe October this year. So there's still like another couple of months to go. But I went to that. Friend of the podcast, Super J Doug, aka James.
Shout out to
He
James.
joined me as well. Shout out to James. Yeah, he joined me as well. It was lovely to go and do it with him. We were there with my other half as well, who enjoyed the exhibition, but isn't into that kind of thing. So it was great to actually walk around it with James and properly like nerd out about stuff. No pun intended. Yeah, we got like proper deep into some stuff as we wandered around and looked at certain bits and pieces. And it was firstly a really good exhibition, really well kind of curated, lots of good bits in there covering, all of Nigo's career and all of his life almost as well. Because there's, the recreation of his bedroom when he was a teenager and stuff. And then there's a lot of reference material pieces. And when you look at those, you can really, really see the influence for some of the BBC stuff, the Bape stuff, the human-made stuff, especially the human-made stuff. So yeah, it was really great to see that. A lot of cool bits. There's some stuff there worn by Pharrell, an outfit worn by Kid Cudi at the, I want to say Grammys maybe a couple of years ago. There's a bunch of the Louis Vuitton stuff that he's done with Pharrell and with Virgil a few years back. Yeah, just loads of classic pieces. So it was really great to go and see that. So if you are in London or you're kind of planning a trip to London in the coming sort of weeks or months, and even if you're just sort of vaguely interested in sort of, fashion and that kind of culture, I highly recommend it as an exhibition to go to and to see for sure.
How much was it to get in?
I think tickets are only £12 or £15 or something.
Awesome.
It's not very expensive at all.
Yeah, at all.
And obviously with that, you can then go into the rest of the design museum as well. I think you have to pay for each individual exhibition. So I think there was still, the Wes Anderson one was still on, which I went to at the start of this year. So if you want to go into that, you'd have to pay for a ticket for that. But the main museum is just open to everybody basically all the time. So yeah, when you go in, you've got the whole museum to go around and look at, which is a really, really good museum as well. Really cool stuff there. What else have we got? In My Mind turned 20, continuing to make me feel older and older by the day. Yeah, it was, yes, recently the 20th anniversary of In My Mind. No real celebration of this. I know Pharrell did post, or his team posted. Somebody posted, the album cover and then a link to go and listen to it, basically. But that's all we got.
Yeah, at least that, because at the moment that I saw someone like on Instagram saying, "Oh, it's the 20th anniversary of the In My Mind," I said, "Oh, Pharrell is not gonna say anything about it," but he actually did. So it was I know, but it was something. Like we all know how he feels about this album. So
yeah, somebody from his team went, "It's the 20th anniversary. We should post something," and he's probably just gone, "Yeah, whatever, just post it."
Yeah. Man, and it's so crazy that it's the 20th anniversary and he just posts something on Instagram. Like, I mean, it was expected that he would do like the list, but man, 20 years ago, man. Like
Yeah,
that,
but
that
even for
album shaped so many people, so many artists,
yeah,
so many designers, so many.
but even in Search of, when it was the 20th anniversary,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
didn't post anything. It's now we're about to, I think, hit the 25th anniversary. He won't post anything. You know, it's not what he does, is it?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, he's all about the future, right? Like
Yeah,
he's been saying this for a very long time now. Like, I like to look forward, but man, like it's music. Music is timeless. You should celebrate such a I don't know, such a number. 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. Like do something,
yeah,
man. At
yeah.
least, but okay.
And maybe, or hopefully, our next episode or the one after that, we'll do an In My Mind 20th anniversary episode where we can, go through the whole album basically and talk about it. I know we've covered a few of the tracks already on the podcast, but we can do like an overall review of the album 20 years on.
Yeah, yeah, let's do it.
And speaking of 20 years, some say the Clipse's best album, I think even they say it, Hell Have No Fury, is 20 years old as well.
The amazing album. I think it's my favorite rap album of all time. Yeah,
It's
probably
funny
is.
because if anyone ever says to me, like, what's the best Clipse album? I'll always say Lord Willin'. But I don't know. Nowadays, every time I listen to anything from Hell Have No Fury, just the production on it is mind blowing. The rhymes are so good and so tight, and like Lord
Timeless.
Willin' is a production masterpiece as well. But like you listen to Hell Have No Fury and some of the mad, crazy sounds that are in there. And again, like chaotic, we've been saying that some of it's just so chaotic, but it works so well. It still sounds amazing even to this day.
Yeah, man, like 100%. And I feel like Lord willing, there's some tracks in there they are a little bit dated, sonically and the subject matter. And Head No Fury is just bangers after bangers. And the production, like I said, the beats, the rhymes, the flows. Oh my God, man. Those guys were so angry, man.
Yes.
They wanted to kill everybody, man. They were so dark, man. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Like I don't like to like. I was talking with Juliana earlier this week, like how everything on the internet, like it always becomes viral if it's hateful. You have hateful words, and Hell Had No Fury is just that. I think it's just a I don't know, a mesmerizing album, like to get your attention because like shit, they are angry. Like you can hear in the
They were
voice, and you
mad.
can hear
Yes.
yeah, and you can pay attention to the lyrics and like yeah, they mean business.
Yeah. Very much so. So again, yeah, maybe we can do an episode on that at some point soon as well, because that would be good to
Yes,
go through and
please. Yeah,
listen to
and
all over again.
and this just makes me think that remember when I did the illustrations for every track on it,
Yes.
and when I posted on Facebook, like Pusha T reposted, and I think he also
Really?
and he also reposted on Twitter, and he started to follow me on Twitter. That was 10 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because it
So you
was
did that
the
for the
on the
10th anniversary.
yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, speaking of them, they are here in Finland in a week and a half, so I will be seeing them. No luck getting an interview so far. So if anyone has, they speak to their manager Kevin at any point in the near future, then please tell them I'd like to chat to them. But if I do happen to see them, I will remind them of your lovely artwork.
Yeah, man. Do it. Do you know if you're going to stay in the front of the stage or at least try to?
I don't know yet. We have, because I'm only going to this festival for one day, we splurged and we bought the VIP tickets. So there's like a VIP area.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we'll stay there or if I'll go right to the front. I will probably go right to the front. Also, because I've just realized, I only realized this yesterday, they're on after the headliner. They're on at like 1 a.m, I think. I don't know why. I think they're the last artists on.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because obviously they're going from show to show at the moment. They're doing all the different festivals. it's maybe a timing thing. They can't get there until that evening or something. But yeah, they're not on until I think it's midnight or 1 a.m. or something crazy. So what I'm hoping is most people have stayed for the headliner, which I think on that day is Florence and the Machine. And then obviously once the headliner finishes, everyone's like, okay, end of the show. And they start to leave. So I'm hoping when Clipse do their show they're not on the main stage either. They're on a separate one. I'm hoping it won't be too busy. So I might be able to get myself down there basically.
Yeah. Because if I gonna give you a tip, like do you have a N.E.R.D hat?
I've got a few of them, yeah.
Yeah, like just wear that, and it's gonna get called in the attention, like 100%.
Yeah, I've got that. I've got some Clipse merch as well from the last 12 months or so from the album. So yeah, I'll put a little fit together, see if I can get spotted.
And since we are talking about albums anniversaries, like I have to mention like N.Sync's Celebrity album is turning 25 years this year.
I saw you post about this earlier, and I wondered if you'd bring it up. My God.
Man, no, but I have a reason. I'm not just saying that.
Okay.
Like, I know I'm joking around a little bit. I mean, I love N.Sync, but
yeah.
But I'm not just saying that because actually that album, like Girlfriend, and the Girlfriend remix was produced by the Neptunes, and that song was the reason that I became a fan of the Neptunes, Pharrell, and here we are. So yeah,
it is a banger of a track. It is still a good one. I wouldn't normally listen to N.Sync, but it is a good one.
Yeah, man, the album is great. I still I spin the album here at my house, and I love it. I still got some dance moves. Like I still know I still know some of the choreographers, man. Like,
I bet you know
insane.
all of them. I bet there's a clap and
No, it's better than that. I tell you that. I can't wait to pass it on to my daughter. So this is one of my precious things. I have to give it to you. The knowledge of these moves.
I need to see them one day.
Yeah. No, you have to pay for it.
All right. Well, actually, we will be seeing each other in person in a few weeks.
Okay.
So stack
up the money.
Here we go. So yes, we will be in Paris together to see Jay-Z himself on the 10th of September. I know there are a few other people going that we sort of kind of know through the podcast. So, we'll try and see some people there. But if you're listening and you are going to that show, do send us a message, hit us up. I think both of us will be around for a few days. I think we're both getting there the day before and leaving the sort of day after. So it's at the 9th to the 11th. So yeah, let us know if you are also in Paris at that show, because we will be there.
Yeah. Even my little daughter is going to be at the show.
Yes.
Yeah. We are crazy like family. That. But yeah, we have to do it.
That's going to be a good one. So yes, let us know if you are also attending. Yeah,
and hopefully, fingers crossed, like Pharrell is going to give us a little participation.
I think that's what we're hoping, isn't it? Because
it is.
When Jay did those 3 nights at Yankee Stadium, like every night he brought out somebody different. One of the nights he brought out Pharrell. Obviously, he's in Paris. It's going to be September, so most people in France are back from their holidays. They tend to take sort of August on holiday, so hopefully Pharrell's going to be back from his holidays, and it makes sense. Makes sense for him to turn up in Paris.
Yes. So Pharrell, please, if you're listening, please jump in the stage with Hove in Paris.
Yeah. My only other thing would be like, who else would we potentially get turning up? Because obviously, when he's doing the shows in New York, it's much easier for people to, a lot of them live in New York anyway, or near New York or in the US. So it's, a bit more straightforward to get people appearing. But while he's in Paris and also while he's in London doing a couple of shows, like, who might we get? That's the question. If anyone.
Kanye.
Oh, don't.
Yeah, man, don't. I would love that, man. I will cry. Man.
I think the place would go mad.
Man, you will be mad. You will go mad. You will be mad, but you're going to be nuts. Man, I'm sure.
It would be surprising and it would be interesting, but yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
there's
see it
no
happening.
way.
I
There's no
don't know how I'd
way.
feel about it.
No, but I think you're going to feel about it like after. Man, there's no way.
Mm.
If that track start to play and kind of get on stage and you're going to be like, oh, I'm mad. No, you're not, man. I'm sure.
I'm leaving. I'm off.
Man, trust me. There's no way. It's too much energy.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully not Kanye. But yeah, let's see what it brings in. When is that? In about 6 weeks' time, I think we're going, aren't we?
Yeah.
5 or 6 weeks. Yeah.
Damn.
So looking forward to that. So yeah, hit us up if you are also there.
Yep.
Let's get to. I can't speak now. Let's get to some sneakers. A couple of Adidas releases, one that's come out and one that is due to come out very soon. While I was in London, I saw the Adidas Flat Earthers in person. They are as ugly as I imagined they would be. I have to say, materials are really nice on them. The sole is really nice. The kind of suede type upper is really nice. But one thing I did notice, you've got like a magnet that kind of goes over the top that kind of keeps the top down. Even from it just being in the shop and people lifting it up and moving it, like it was already wearing, it was already rubbing on the suede and it was discoloring and like it didn't look great. And just the silhouette itself isn't for me. Obviously, I know a lot of people do like it. So I think if you like that kind of silhouette, it's probably a decent shoe to get because the material quality generally is good. But I would be wary of that magnet attachment and kind of constantly opening and closing that bit. But not for me.
Yeah, not for me either.
And then also coming up soon in September, the Adidas Virginia Water Mock. So this is a kind of, I don't know, water sports type shoe, type of shoe you wear if you're windsurfing or, I don't know, doing stuff, whatever people do in the sea, whatever rich people do when they're in the water.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's made, to wear in the water when you're doing water sports of some kind, or even like, at the beach or something like that. Again, not my kind of thing, but from what I've seen of the imagery so far, it looks, like a really nice, well-produced shoe. Again, nice material quality and stuff like that. But this one, again, is, more of a practical purpose. And yeah, I don't own a boat or a yacht or anything that goes in the water, so not for me.
Yeah, I felt like, and like I said, like I like the design and they look good. And I would imagine like, oh, okay, for people that likes this kind of silhouette on the shoe, like it's going to be looking good, but it is not for me.
Yeah, if you like that kind of silhouette, or if you are a water sports kind of person, probably a great shoe. Can't remember how much they were going to be. I think around the same price as the Flat Earthers, which was maybe €150 or something, 120, something like that. But yes, they'll be coming out in September. Jellyfish. Let's talk about some jellyfish. We've had a few releases recently. We've had various different colorways, which have all been sort of, white with something, and they've all been, very limited quantities, only released on some of them on the Adidas Confirmed app, some of them via boutiques and raffles and stuff. The all white version came out a couple of weeks back. This was more widely available. It was even available at like JD Sports and some other retailers. So much more numbers, or many more numbers, I should say, to the point where some of them seem to be sitting a little bit. I think some places still have them.
Soulbox is still having on the store here in Barcelona, at least.
Yep. So yeah, sort of $250, €300, same as the other ones. I think this is more to do with, I've seen a lot of people posting about like the others were really popular and still are really popular because they were just exclusive. Some of the earlier jellyfish still sell for like €1,000 or €2,000 or dollars. And then like, well, these ones, they were released more widely, so they're not as exclusive, so people don't really want them. I think that plays a very small part, but I think it's more the colorway.
Yeah.
Like the other ones are just more interesting colorways. They've got that pop of color on them. These are just all white. Like that does nothing for me.
But I think it's both. And I think it's both equally. Yeah, because I remember when the Easiest Triple White came out, people were nuts about that. And they were all white. I mean, people were nuts about Easy for a very long time, but maybe it's not a good comparison, but I thought about this, and I think it's both. Like, I think it's the numbers because people like exclusivity, and like I said, like this is all white, and it's going to be dirty in 2 wears, so not for
Yeah,
me.
I have seen some people online do some really good like custom dye jobs
Yes,
with these
I
all
saw
white
that.
ones, like doing like the nice purpley type colors and stuff, and they
Yeah,
look amazing. So I do think if these do continue to sit and I can get a pair at some point in the future, if I got a pair, I might do something like that. I might try and customize them in some way because I think I've said here before, I don't wear all white sneakers. I don't live in a country that really allows me to do that because, there's only 3 months of the year where you can wear like nice sneakers outside. And that time is, the end of that time is approaching fast as we stand at the moment for this year. So yeah, I would want to do some kind of custom thing on them. So we'll see. We'll see sort of how well they do and don't sell. But we do have some more colorways coming up in September. It looks like we've got maybe even 3 releases in September. There's a sand dune color,
yeah,
which similar to the all white, but it's just a darker, sandier type color, browny yellow. Then there's the yellow brown version, which we've seen Pharrell wearing at one of the shows a year ago or something. And then there's also a ground green, can't speak now, brown and green version, which is also coming soon. A couple of places I've seen have got early versions of this and they have sold for a silly amount of money. So I think those are all coming September, October. So there's a few colorways still to come. I get the feeling that the sand dune color will be more widely available because it's just a solid color again. And then the ones that we've seen Pharrell wearing, so the brown ones with either the yellow or the green, they'll be a bit more limited, like we've seen previously. But I'm definitely going to try and get the brown and the yellow ones for sure.
yeah, those look good. But one question: the sand dune is the one that is all like, but they have like some blue details. No, it's not that one.
I don't think so. No, it's
Oh,
literally
okay,
all. It's like the all white version, the triple
yeah,
white, but
okay,
it's just in a yellowy browny kind of color.
okay. I don't think I saw that one. I think that I just saw the one that is light brown and with a little like light blue details. That is also
Mm-hmm.
looking really good.
If I remember, I'll put a link in the show notes to all of these different colorways, or I'll put some images in there or something so people can see them because they're popping up here and there on Instagram. But like I say, yeah, we should get a release in the next sort of month or two for all of those.
Yeah.
And then I guess the last bit is just some random bits I've bought over the summer. And I know you've got something you copped as well. Do you want to start
Yeah, I can
with
start.
what you sent me, what you got?
Yeah, I got the Air Max 95's Neons, which I was very happy about it. I got it for my birthday. I mean, it's just so much history about the sneakers, especially because they are directly related to the seleção, to the Brazil national team. And in 2002, they were all wearing that sneaker. So for me, it's like having a piece of of my country on my feet, So I really love that one. And I got the Adidas. The what is the name of the shoe? Adidas Stars, right? Adidas Stars. I
There's
actually
lots
don't
of
know the
Addy
name of
stars.
the. It's the Pharrell collaboration, you know that
Yeah.
one, but
So
I forgot the name.
the Adidas, was it the Evo SL or something, isn't it?
Yeah, Evil SLs.
The
That's the
running
one.
the running ones basically that we've talked about previously.
Yeah, it was the first ones that Pharrell released. Like he released the white one with the stripes like green, blue, and brown, and he released a black one also, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
you
I
got a
got it
pair of
like
those.
I basically paid like maybe 25 euros for it because some guy like contact me on Vinted and say like, oh, I saw that you like my sneaker, and if you don't want to buy it right now, I saw that you sell sneaker posters, so we can do a little trade off. And I sent him like 3 posters and $20, and that was it. That was the deal.
Nice.
Yeah, man,
That's
I'm
a good
pretty happy
deal.
about it. And
Done well.
I already like test them, and they are amazing.
Have you actually
So
run in them?
yeah. So
Nice.
comfortable, man. So comfortable.
Yeah.
I was a little bit afraid, like, to get them dirty because they look really nice. But I was like, oh man, like this is a running shoe. Like,
They're made for
that's
running,
just
yeah.
yeah. And that
Nice.
was it. Yeah.
All right. I've got a few bits and pieces. Well, there's one pair I don't have here. They're out in the hallway, but I picked up the Air Max 90 Neons. I already have the 95s. But while I was in London, I was in size, I want to say. And they had the last two sizes, half price. So I love a Neon. I love an Air Max 90. So grab those for half price.
Perfect.
That was
for
a little
you.
bit of a bargain. Yeah, it was good. Good to stumble across those. And then speaking of bargains and speaking of things I said I'd never do.
Yeah. Look at that.
So
Jesus.
if you're not watching the video, I am holding up the Adistar XLG 2.0 in black. Now, we talked about these previously because these are like the baby jellyfish, aren't they?
Yeah.
These are like the 150 euro version of the 300 euro jellyfish. And I think I said on this podcast, I'm never going to buy a pair because I'd rather just pay for the jellyfish itself, not a stripped down version. But we have an Adidas outlet store here in Helsinki, or just outside Helsinki. And occasionally they get some good sneakers in there. And I randomly popped in there the other week and they had boxes and boxes and boxes of the all black version, which I've got here, and the all white version as well. Now, these are still on the Adidas website now for 150 euros. So they don't seem to be having problems shifting them. I have seen them in other stores and they are available. Obviously, they make them in larger quantities than jellyfish, but a ton of them seem to have turned up at this outlet store near me. So I just thought, all right, how much are these going to be? I looked at the white pairs and the white pairs were 80, normally 150 down to 80. And I thought, I don't like them that much. Even and I don't wear white sneakers, so it's not worth me paying 80 euros. I happened to then pick up a black pair just to sort of look at what they were like. And I noticed on the box, 36 euros.
Damn. Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not saying no for 36 euros.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna give you that. Like the black ones, like they look good.
They look okay.
Because when you send me them, sorry.
No, go on.
No, when you send me the message saying like you bought those, I immediately thought about the white and orange ones. That was one of the first ones that they released. Oh man, that looks awful. But the black ones, as I saw it on your hand, they look good.
They look okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I say, they very much resemble the jellyfish, just in very slightly smaller proportions. I've not worn them yet, but from what I'm told, they are super comfy. Throughout the course of this year, I've seen so many really good reviews about them, about how comfy they are, about how well made they are, and about how, like, yeah, you shouldn't buy the jellyfish. You should buy these for half the price, basically, in the same colorways. So I thought for 36 euros, like, I can't go wrong. Even if I just wear them just to wander around the neighborhood or go to the shops or something, it's, it's fine.
It is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Something that wasn't quite as cheap, but something I've been after for a while. I don't know if I mentioned it on the podcast, but I've had a mission getting these. Some lovely. I'll put them on. Again, you should probably go and watch the video if you're listening to this in a podcast app.
Okay,
lovely Louis Vuitton Heritage Square sunglasses in red.
They look good, man.
Now, obviously, we've seen Pharrell wearing these quite a bit, and then recently he's been wearing the yellow pair. The yellow pair aren't available yet. I think they're coming out next year. But this red pair, very nice. My only, not issue with them, but the one thing I might change is the ones Pharrell has, they're customized because he has the completely blacked out lens, whereas these you can see through in person quite a lot. So I might get the lenses changed in them.
Okay.
But apart from that, very nice pair of sunglasses.
And congrats. Those look good.
Thank you. It was a mission trying to get them, a big mission. But yeah, shout out to my Louis Vuitton Connect here in Helsinki that got me a pair after I had a nightmare trying to get them in London.
Yeah.
And then my final sneaker. This isn't €36. It's a little bit more. There we go. And again, for those not watching, some OG baby blue money roll ice creams.
They look awesome, man.
Yes. They're not worn. They do just have, there was obviously a price tag or sticker thing on the bottom at some point, which I need to kind of wash off at some point. But apart from that, they are looking lovely.
Yeah.
Uncreased, fully boxed, my size as well. So, yes. I had these when they first came out.
Oh, okay.
And I sold them not long after I had them. The price of them went up a lot. Obviously, people were trying to get hold of them because they're obviously so limited. This number is, for those interested, 969 of 500. 5,500, I should say. So, yeah, I had these originally when they first came out. Then, the prices shot up and I thought, a good time to cash in. So I sold them, made only a small profit on them, I think. But they are the one pair I always regret selling. So glad I could get a pair in pretty much dead stock condition.
That's awesome, man. Congrats.
Thank you. And then for our next episode, I've got a few other cool things on the way here at the moment as well. I won't say what they are, but I've got, hold on, let me check. I reckon there's 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 things that people might be interested in. So, I won't mention what they are, but keep an eye on Instagram because I'll probably end up posting them anyway. And then if they all turn up by the time we do the next episode, we'll go through what I managed to get hold of.
Congrats.
Thank you. All right. Anything else from us this week?
Yeah, I think this is it. And Chad is back, man. I'm
Chad
so
is
glad
back.
about this. Yeah.
We love to see it. It has made my summer.
Yeah,
it
100%.
Is great news. And yes, I will be playing that track endlessly this summer.
Yeah. You know what you should do for a preview for maybe so people can engage more with this podcast, especially on Instagram? Like, you should post a video of you dancing this track.
I think you got the moves. Maybe you could do an NSYNC remix dance to this.
No, that's not gonna happen. But I think people will engage a lot, man. Like, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Like, think about
it's the engagement I want. But I tell you what, you've got the dance moves. I've got the money, some money. When we get to Paris, we can make things happen.
I feel like a prostitute.
You take it whatever way you want to take it. Anyway, on that note,
yeah,
all right. On that note, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
You can find me online at Steve R. Penny. You can find Rafa online at SneaKartel2. You can head over to the website, theothers.net, for all of the episodes, all the show notes and stuff like that. But you can also find most of that in your podcast app of choice, as well as on YouTube. But that's it for this time. We will hopefully be back in the not too distant future, and we will speak to you then. Bye-bye.
Chad is back. Bye-bye.